Today is definitely one of those days where you question why you live on a boat. My stove isn't working properly, it's not really drawing well enough, and yeah, so it's really cold, and I'm gonna have to sort that out and work out what's wrong with it. And the door of the stove is leaking a little bit, so yeah, stressful day of sorting things out on the boat. I think probably working out what they are at the very least, and then working out how to sort them out. So great. Okay, so I can see that the inside of my chimney is pretty manky, so I'm gonna have to give that a bit of a clean, and yeah, see if I can make it a bit easier for the air to flow through it. So I've just been cleaning out my chimney, the flue from my stove. I've obviously left it quite a while, perhaps too long, because some of the chunks of stuff that I've been pulling out of it, look how big. Can you believe that? Look how big that chunk of, I guess it's like coke. So yeah, so something's not been obviously behaving very well on my stove, and then I guess it's sort of a thing that's a bit reciprocal, and the less it draws, the more it chokes up, and the more it chokes up, the less it draws, and yeah, the result is big lumps like this and your stove not really working properly. So yeah, I think I'll do it a bit earlier next time, probably in the summer, which is really counterintuitive, putting your stove on in the summer and sorting your stove out in the summer, but I guess that's something I need to get used to, right? Okay, so my next thing to do is to clean the inside of the stove, obviously where the main flue comes in, and in around all the bit where all of my main range part is, where I do all the cooking and stuff like that, because I have a feeling that that's going to be just as choked up. So I'm going to take all that to pieces now and see if I can give that a good clean. Oh yeah, look at that. That's yeah, pretty bad. Build up there, lots of build up. It's sort of like this glassy, shiny sort of thing. Get some pieces. Give that a good clean, I guess. So as you can see, my fire is working again, and yeah, so basically it just seemed like it was really clogged up with lots of horrible stuff. And once I cleared all that out, then she's working as good as new, really. No leaking from the door, so it looks like the door sill is fine. And all I can work out was that at some point it started to get clogged up, and then what starts to happen is it just is a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way, because if it starts to get a little bit clogged up, then because I haven't got a particularly tall flue, then all the smoke starts to gather, and then that makes it clog more, which makes more smoke gather, which makes it clog more, and then you just get this thing where the stove just becomes far less efficient. And obviously it's burning really well now, so I'm quite happy and quite toasty actually, and this side of my face is getting kind of quite hot actually. So yeah, I'm pleased I managed to sort that out, and I think the important lesson for next year is to, as I said before, to test my stove out when it's summer, I guess, you know, when I don't need it desperately, which is very counterintuitive, but I'm going to put a note in my calendar to do that, and probably just in general check the flue more often. I think I left it a little bit too long this time. But yeah, I hope this helps some people who may have had some issues with their flues and their fires as well, because it's all still a learning process for me. So cheers.
Reflect
Okay, so I decided to go to Bristol to check out some possible mooring spots in case I decide to move my boat west in the future. When I got there, obviously, if you guys have seen the weather recently, there was lots of flooding. There was a particular pub that I went to, the car park had completely disappeared. But it did look like there were some mooring spots there, so hopefully when the weather has calmed down a bit, there might be somewhere I can go maybe in the spring, summer. Also, I mean, just generally speaking, the river had just burst its banks everywhere. Yeah, it was kind of chaos. Then I got a message in the boaters WhatsApp group from back in Reading. It turns out that in all the weather, something pretty drastic had happened. My boat had slipped its mooring, blown completely across the Thames. I know, right? Pretty crazy. Obviously, I've now come back to check out what the damage is to my boat and what the situation is and check that everything's okay. Okay, this is definitely the craziest thing that's ever happened to me in boating so far. So in case people haven't quite grasped what's happened here, I left my boat on the other side of the river. It is now on the opposite side of the river. I did not bring it over here. I guess in the wind and with the water levels rising, it just broke loose of its moorings and spun its way. And it's actually facing the opposite way as well, so it's spun around as it's crossed the Thames and it's lodged itself in a tree next to a friend's boat. I mean, not just both the unluckiest thing and the luckiest thing happening at exactly the same time. It's pretty crazy. I'm just going to check the rest of the boat, check that there's no damage, but as far as I can see, I think I got away with it, which is insane. I'm so lucky. Well, the water level's still really high and so I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, but yeah, crazy. I mean, what the hell? There most definitely is a time in life when you just have to laugh at things, because I've just left my boat and it's okay, everything's fine, but it has just started snowing. So it's been a pretty crazy couple of weeks really, if I'm honest with you. I thought I'd do a little bit at the end of the video. It feels like a lot's happened. Some of it obviously I've shared with you guys, I haven't shared all of it with you guys. My stove went up the spout a little bit. Luckily I got that going again. But then the major thing that happened was that my boat took a little trip across the Thames. Yeah, so obviously that was quite scary. Nothing like that's ever really happened before. I don't know, made me think about some stuff. I saw some symbolism in it, if you want to look at it like that. I'd been thinking about the possibility of going cruising soon, and the fact that Mother Nature just suddenly decided to flick me off of my mooring where I was and gently deposit me on the other side, facing in exactly the right direction of which I was planning to go cruising anyway, seems like a little bit of a sign to me. So I'm actually thinking about upping sticks and moving on from my current mooring. I guess the arc of what I'm talking about is that I basically want to leave the Thames and basically slowly head west down the Kennet and Avon Canal, because I've actually only ever been as far as Newbury, and there's much more of the Kennet and Avon than just Newbury. There's some quite sort of epic bits of it that I haven't seen yet. I think I'll probably end up in kind of Bath, Bristol way by the end of it. If I time it right, I should get there when the weather starts getting nice in sort of spring, summer. So yeah, that's my kind of new plan for the new year really. And I guess this thing that's happened with my boat going over to the other side of the river been like the little push literally that I needed to get started. Probably leave, I don't know, maybe in the next week, couple of weeks or something, and obviously I will take you guys on the journey with me. It may mean that there are more videos more often, who knows. For the moment, that's where my head's at, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.